And welcome back to our continuing live coverage of the 52nd edition of the PBA World Championship. We are coming your way from South Point Bowling Center here in Las Vegas. Time now for the introductions of match number 3.
The number 5 seed is an 8-time PBA Tour champion with 2 majors. Former PBA Player of the Year representing Finland, the Big Fin, Mika Koivuniemi.
Those 2 majors, the 2000 USBC Masters and the 01 US Open. Day 2 gets underway right now. And Mika starts with an opening kato.
And it's all business on Mika's face right now.
The number 6 seed owns a pair of PBA Tour titles, including 1 major from Carefree, Arizona, Michael Haugen Jr.
That 1 major that was just mentioned, earned here in Las Vegas, the 2008 TOC, a memorable match versus Chris Barnes, who is waiting in the wings to take on the winner of this match.
Well, he's going with the strongest ball in his arsenal. He's throwing a high, hard one. Now, it was interesting to watch Michael Haugen Jr. in practice because he had moved farther towards the center part of the lane with that same bank pearl. He actually slowed his speed down, kind of got his hand around the side of it, and was playing the lanes very similar to what Mika was playing them. But apparently, he decided to go with his A game, and that's moving right and throwing it hard and straight.
It's what you're confident with in any sport, and if that is the tool that you feel best with, roll with it. Whoa, late kick.
You don't get those on TV 2 days in a row. Wow.
Somebody get him down to the tables, because he is rolling with luck so far.
I am so gambling with him tonight. I mean, we saw it yesterday's show.
That's a great break.
2 trip 6 Brooklyns. Now it's a trip 2 pin for an early double. But I got to tell you, Rob, I don't think I'm a big fan of him throwing it that straight. If he misses an inch to the inside, he's going to throw it right into Mika's track area.
Back-to-back opening jacks for Mika Koivuniemi. Another kato, which is finish for strike as we take a look at Mika's arsenal.
Using a strong one. Mission Dominator. Excuse me, Mission Domination. It's the strongest bowling ball in his arsenal, and you can see why. He's inside and trying to open it up. But again, he's farther left than Michael Haugen Jr., and he's burning up all of Michael Haugen Jr.'s hold area.
Trying to drop a 3-ball here. A leadoff triple for Mika Koivuniemi. The Big Fin, 6'4", 185, lives now in Michigan, and nothing but strikes here thus far tonight.
And absolutely no emotion by Mika with that 3rd strike. Just stoic. All business.
Michael Haugen Jr. advancing yesterday over Jason Belmonte, 233, 220. Right through the nose, and that's exactly what you were talking about.
Well, again, any miss left, and it's going to spell disaster for Michael Haugen Jr. because this area right in here is all dry now. Michael Haugen Jr. tries to get to the right of that, but the problem is if he misses left, that's what happens. Chris Barnes and Mika Koivuniemi during practice played to their strength and their power game. They started going straight early, but as the lanes broke down, they did what they do best. They moved in, and they opened up the lane. Michael Haugen Jr. doesn't like to do that.
And you saw that going on about half an hour ago during our live at the PBA World Championship coverage. Off the open frame, back on the strike train.
See, now that was a great adjustment because he stayed with the same line, went with a little bit of loft, and that held the ball on line.
So Koivu Niemi looking for an opening four-bagger. The lead at 25 early on.
Hambone! Show me those signs, Vegas. What a start for Mika.
I thought it was great when you asked Mika, how do you say hambone in Finnish? His response, four-bagger.
To each their own, Randall. To each their own.
Well, again, just 4 perfect shots by Mika Koivuniemi to start.
And remember, Jason Belmonte, match number 1 yesterday, started with an opening four-bagger as well. Went on to move on and then finally fall to Michael Haugen Jr. Mika looking for 5.
Perfection through 5.
You know, it's one thing to have talent and be physically gifted, but you also have to have the mental capabilities to go with that. And Mika's showing you he's got it all.
Here is a graphic showing how he fared through the 5 events of the recently completed World Series of Bowling. And Viper, he was second through qualifying, clearly his favorite.
Cameraman in the white shirt, he's bouncing all over. Just letting you know. The guy in the white shirt behind, he was moving all over the place. He's fine now, but he was just all over the place.
We have seen this in the past from Michael Haugen Jr. He is easily distracted by some of the elements that go on around a live TV bowling situation.
He's able to shake it off and get all 10 to drop. I know, but that time I could really see his white shirt, so. I know.
I think the last thing Mika wants to do is get in a conversation with his opponent right now. He's like, you know what? I'm sitting here doing my thing. I got 5 in a row. Let's see what you got left, Michael Haugen Jr. Double open frame in the 3rd, followed by a double. Michael needs to get focused, not worry about the stuff happening down lane, and start throwing strikes.
Come on. And another strike for Haugen. Man, that ball's phenomenal.
3 in a row. The conclusion of Haugen. Koivuniemi on the backside. Plus, if you are a female high school bowler who wants to roll in college, Michael Haugen and Arizona State may have a solution. We'll explain when we return.
Yeah! You don't get the...
Welcome you back to Las Vegas. Our continuing coverage of the PBA World Championship as we zoom in on the beautiful Lena Koivuniemi, the wife of Mika. She's got a great seat to watch her husband try and continue his efforts to win his 3rd ever major. And Mika, perfect through 5, stepping up to close out the 6th.
Little commercial blues there. Quite possibly the oil pattern breaking down just a little bit, and Mika not anticipating that. But let's take a look now. There's a difference between loft and a high launch angle. You notice how, because Mika doesn't have a huge knee bend, and he's a big, tall guy, it's a little bit tougher for him to get the ball down on the floor without hearing it hit the lane.
Mika able to cover that one. He remains clean through 6. Again, Haugen with an open frame in the 3rd, but it's been nothing but strikes on the front and back end of that open frame.
I'll tell you, if you want to be a good player out here, you better learn how to make the 3-6-10 and the 3-6-9-10, because it seems like if you don't split and you go through the nose, that's what you're leaving.
And how many times, Randy, have we seen these tournaments come down to those who can or can't make their spares?
That's a great shot. And it was a great camera angle, too, because it really shows you how steady Mika's head is at delivery, at the release point. You don't want your head moving all over the place because then it's harder to keep your eyes on your target. And Mika is beautifully balanced. And just a great shot, only to leave a ringing 10.
So back-to-back spares for Mika, and now Michael Haugen steps up for his effort in the 7th. And Michael, as we were going to break, you made a comment about your bowling ball. What is it doing so well for you right now?
You know, right now it's knocking all 10 down if I get it even remotely close to the right side of the head pin, which is an absolutely fabulous thing out here. Hopefully I can continue to make good shots like that and it'll strike. As for the reaction, it's clearing the fronts the way I want them to, and it's just running through the pins the right way. So hopefully we didn't jinx anything here, and I got 2 more strikes coming up.
So Michael steps up, bottom of the 7th. Haugen, an assistant men's coach at Arizona State, would be the women's head coach, Randy, if he was able to get a women's program. What they need, 2 recruits to make it happen. So if you are a young female bowler out there who wants to bowl collegiately, look up Arizona State. Michael, you didn't see the shot pointed at us with 2 hands.
Oh, guys.
I, in no way, shape, or form, are going to take blame for him not dropping that 10 pin.
Hey, well, one good ringing 10 deserves another. Mika
Right.
left it on the left lane. He comes back with a good one on the right lane. Unfortunately, he was on a 3-bagger.
Put on the skinny jeans on the backside to drop down that 10 pin.
He's a good spare shooter. He doesn't miss spares.
One of the underrated aspects of Michael Haugen's game. Take a look at some of the other finishers from the PBA World Championship. Jason Belmonte with the win over Wes Malott, finished 7th yesterday. That's our good friend Ronnie Russell at 9. Richie Allen, one of my favorites, with the top 10 finish.
How about on Leno Monticelli at 11?
Left lane provides a strike for Haugen.
Standing up after getting me over there.
Norm Duke finishing 17th. It'll be interesting to see what Norm does this week. The Tournament of Champions getting fired up right now.
Kimmo Lehtonen.
Pete Weber checking in at 20. Tommy Jones, 22. Mika Koivuniemi. Big frame here in the 8th after back-to-back spares. Again, he started with 5 strikes.
22-pin lead.
Perfect.
Yeah, and that was beautiful. He kept his hand up the back of that shot there to control the back-end reaction and make the ball behave perfectly off the back end of the pattern.
And not a trace of emotion.
Well, and you know what? Rightly so. He doesn't win the tournament by beating Michael Haugen Jr.
He doesn't even win it by beating Chris Barnes should he advance.
He wins the tournament by beating Bill O'Neill tomorrow. There's absolutely no reason to, to get all mental yet.
Up 22, we begin the foundation frame 9th.
Whoa. Now that could have been real interesting with a big 4 right here. Mika gets this ball inside and it barely holds on. Looking for the trip 4-7-10, doesn't get it. Mika can spare here. He can strike out to shoot 246. The best Michael Haugen Jr. can shoot if he strikes out 244. First things first, cover the 10.
Third spare in the last 4 frames for Koivuniemi after that lights out start.
But Rob, getting back to showing the emotions, I really like the Mika demeanor because it seems in control. He's got a pretty good handle on where he's at mentally. And again, it's just too early to be running him out 5 or 6 lanes over and screaming and slapping him off, and it's just too early for that.
A pair for Haugen. The 10th is going to be fun.
2 more here. He's going to put all the pressure on Mika Koivuniemi to show up in the 10th frame. If he strikes out, he'll force Mika to get 2 and 9 to beat him by 1 pin. But no matter what, he cannot shut out Mika Koivuniemi. This one's going to be straight and really fast.
Three in a row.
Well, you know, you got to give him a lot of credit, Rob, because even though it looks like he shouldn't play where he's playing to his strength. He said push, and what that means is it's just a pinch inside a target, but he was real good with it at the bottom of the swing with the release point, and he made that ball hold line.
Deficit trimmed to 2. His second effort in the 10th.
Come on, come on.
Oh no, the 7 took a nudge, but wasn't enough to convince it to drop.
Just a pinch right of target. Just doesn't catch enough of it. Throws a couple of pins at the 7. It stands up. Now Mika Koivuniemi gets up in the 10th frame. He'll need a strike and 9 to advance.
So Haugen in the books with a 233, the identical score he had yesterday when he eliminated Jason Belmonte.
If Mika gets less than 7 on his first ball here, he'll lose. We have a possibility of a tie.
Great shot, Mika.
That was a hesitant shot. You could see he pulled up out of it. He grabbed it at the bottom, and that ball went straight through the face. He's got to cover this and strike on his fill shot to force a tie. It's tough when you haven't been there in a while, Rob.
3-6-10. He made this conversion in the 6th frame as his wife watches.
It's no gimme.
Got it.
Now he's got to gather himself and throw his best shot right here.
A strike to tie. Anything less, and the 6 seed Haugen moves on. The missus watching from just yards away.
She knows the scoreboard. Taking his time, gathering his thoughts. He should only be thinking about one thing and one thing only, just about how great he's going to throw this next shot.
The 10-pin denies Mika, and Haugen moves on. Great
Wow, I was right.
Obviously frustrated Koivuniemi, and the somewhat Cinderella run of Michael Haugen Jr. lives for another match.
If Mika goes 9 spare 9 in the 10th frame, he wins. He has got to be devastated with that first ball in the 10th frame. This one's really good. He gets it just a pinch wide. He comes in late, leaving the ring at 10. But it was the first ball in the 10th frame where he yacked on it. He grabbed it at the bottom. It went high, leaving the 3-6-10. And then a ringing 10, Michael Haugen Jr. proving he's got 9 lives here in Vegas.
Looked like Mika was in control with that lights-out start, but a little gack, and Haugen pounced. So Michael Haugen Jr. moves on by 1 pin. Up next, 4-seed Chris Barnes. He has won 2 majors, but he's had major problems as of late on TV. We'll discuss his chances when we return to Vegas. The PBA World Championship is brought to you by Spariva Handy Hailer. By Barbazol. Start your day with Barbazol Shaving Cream, America's leader for a close, comfortable shave. By EFX. Feel the effects of EFX. And by GoRVing. Visit GoRVing.com to watch a free video. Go affordably. Go RVing. Michael Haugen Jr. Back-to-back 233s will not be denied. Will Chris Barnes be the one to put an end to his magical run, the 4 seed, to take on your 6 seed next? But first, we hear from Chris Barnes down on the lanes with Kimberly.
Well, Chris, you watched how close that last match was. Did you learn anything, and what's your game plan?
Well, I learned a few things. Mika had a great ball reaction there, and, you know, the finish is just brutal. He bowled a really good game. He made a couple of bad shots, and sometimes good luck is a great benefactor, and Michael's been taking advantage of those situations. I'm going to play a line pretty similar to Mika's and hope that I can bowl a pretty good game here.
Chris Barnes up next in action, taking on Michael Haugen Jr. NBA action coming your way tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Carmelo Anthony in Denver taking on the team with the best record in the league, the San Antonio Spurs. NBA Sunday on ESPN at 9 Eastern. Chris Barnes has won just 1 match in his last 5 televised appearances. His drive to get off the schneid gets in gear when we return to Vegas.